What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I am really excited to be filming this video for you guys today, and although it's probably not going to be the most interesting and fun video that I've ever made on this channel, I think that it was important for me to jump on and give you guys a little bit of an update on where my life is headed right now and what has been going on, and also just what to expect from this channel moving forward. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I wanted to start out by giving you my life update, and the biggest thing that happened within these past couple of weeks is that 2 weeks ago I decided to quit my full-time job and go full-time with my online business, working fully self-employed for myself now. If you guys don't know this, I started an online business back in January of 2020, right before all of the craziness started to happen. And while I've been building this business, I have also been working part-time during some of that time, and then full-time during part of it as well. And for the first couple of months doing my full-time job and doing my online business, it actually went pretty well, and I felt really productive. I felt like everything was going really smoothly. I was super grateful. I was earning a lot of money, which was awesome. But also, after a couple of months, I started feeling really exhausted trying to be two places at once. And it became a bit of a pain for me and an emotional struggle to always have to prioritize my full-time job, which I didn't actually really care about and which I knew was a temporary thing, and not really having the energy to prioritize my online work, which is what I'm really truly passionate about. So that made me feel really out of alignment, and that was also one of the biggest factors when I was deciding whether or not I should leave that job and go full-time with my online work. So my contract actually initially was supposed to go all the way until Christmas, but somehow I could just feel intuitively that I needed to leave at a specific date in a specific week, and I could not explain why. If you asked me why, I would not be able to explain exactly why I felt that this was the day that I needed to leave. But since leaving, the universe has showed up for me in so many ways, telling me exactly why I was needed to leave at this specific time. And I have just received so many signs that this was absolutely the right decision, and that I am freaking supported and guided by the universe. And we all are. We just need to know how to tap into that and how to actually listen. So a few of the signs that I've been receiving, and I kind of want to talk about some of them with you guys because I think it's just incredible and such a huge way of the universe showing me that I am truly on the right path. And one thing was that the week after I left my full-time job, my old workplace decided to make wearing masks mandatory at the workplace. Not everywhere, but in parts of the production. And I have always said, kind of as a joke, but also kind of for reals, that if they ever ask us to wear masks for 8 hours during work, I would just like quit, because I'm not doing that. I don't want to restrict my breathing for 8 hours a day, so that was not happening. And literally 3 days after I left my workplace for the last time, they made that mandatory when being in a building that isn't like your own building. So I don't know, felt like a sign to me. And then another thing is that this week actually they started having a few cases of people testing positive, which is obviously really shitty and not fun for anyone involved, but I'm just really grateful that my intuition somehow guided me to leave when it did, because otherwise I would have been in risk of, I don't know how to say that, I would have been in risk of being a person that would eventually test positive. And I'm really trying to avoid that, fam. Another really insane thing that happened, and I'm truly not sharing this in a braggy way, I'm truly sharing this from a place of love and wanting to show you guys what is possible when we tap into abundance and when we tap into the law of attraction and when we truly just decide to trust. Before leaving my job, I had been calculating and deciding and negotiating with myself, should I leave, should I not? And I knew exactly how much money money I would have set aside by the time that I left. And I call this my buffer money, because this is the money that I'm going to be living off for a while, so that I'm not stressing out about my online work taking off, but just really focusing on showing up with aligned action and not having to stress about anything. And I had expected to have X amount of money in my savings account for leaving my job, and by some miracle of the universe, and I cannot explain to you how this happened at this time, in this divine freaking timing, 10 days after leaving my full-time job, I had twice as much money in my savings account than I expected to have. And this just really goes to show how when we tap into the frequency of abundance, it flows. And for some of you guys, it's gonna sound like woo-woo, and that's okay. You get to choose what you believe in. I believe in the law of attraction. I've seen it work for me. I have seen how when I trust, things start to show up in my life, and so I will continue to trust. The universe showed up for me because I started showing up for myself. I knew that I needed to spend my time and energy actually showing up for the things that I'm passionate about. That's what I did when I left my job, and the universe was like, here you go. And I actually heard this quote probably half a year ago, or maybe actually around the time when I started my business. I heard someone say, I just know that when I take a leap of faith, the universe will catch me. And I've had that quote playing in my head all year, and I really feel like that is what happened for me this week and last week. The biggest blessing about not being at my full-time job anymore is obviously the time and the energy that I have, which is now extra because I wasn't used to having that before. Before, I could spend anywhere from 8 to 10 hours at my workplace. I would wake up in the morning when it was completely pitch black dark outside. I would go to work, and I would come home from work in the afternoon and only have 1 hour left of sunlight before the sun went down, and I had to start over the next day basically. And that's what it's like living in Denmark. Obviously, sunshine is very limited in the winter months, and that has always kind of been a struggle for me. I have a tendency of getting a little bit of winter depression, and the thing that I am the most grateful for right now is actually being able to spend the daylight time outside, going for really long walks outside to actually help myself not feel like I am dying during the winter. That sounds dramatic, but if you've had winter's depression, you know what I'm talking about. I'm grateful that I now get to go at my own pace, and that I get to show up with aligned action and truly take a day off if I really do not want to be working. And I am really, really, really grateful that I have time now, because before it felt like everything was in such a rush, and I was never really running my own schedule. I was never really fully in charge of my days because I had to answer to someone else when I was working that job. And now I just feel so blessed to have the ability to choose how I want to spend my days. And I feel so blessed knowing that there's always enough time. I didn't even realize that this was going on before, but for the longest time, I have woken up every single morning feeling just like a little bit stressed out, and I didn't even fully know that that was happening until this week, because this week I started waking up in the mornings and it just felt peaceful. And I haven't felt peace like that in such a long time, because from Monday to Friday I was working full time, and on the weekends I was trying to get everything done to still show up for my online work and to still show up for myself and to build my business and everything else in between. Showing up for my friends, showing up for my family. I just did not feel like there was enough time. I honestly do not know how people live their entire lives going to their 9 to 5. I just don't think that that ever has resonated with me personally, and I know that it does for some people. I'm not here to change that. I'm just so amazed by the people that live their lives like that, and they're just so fucking happy, because I don't know how to do that. I really don't. So I'm really grateful that I don't have to anymore. But I wanted to make this video because with all the things that are happening now and with all the time that I have, I feel like I can finally show up consistently for YouTube and for you guys. I started this channel back in, when was that? I started it in 2020, probably like March or something. And I have not been showing up consistently at all. But I really want to, and I have been wanting to do that since I started out. But with having to work outside of my home and not having my own schedule and not being able to take aligned action, I felt so much pressure, and I didn't feel like I had the time to actually make the videos, put so much love into them as I want to, and edit them with love and time. And it takes me a while to edit these videos, guys. So I'm really excited that I have more time for that now. So my hope and goal and plan for this upcoming time is that every single Sunday you will see a new video from me. But please turn on the notification button down below anyways, so that you get notified when I make a new video, so that you can watch it first. I also need your guys' help for this because I have so many ideas of what kinds of videos that I want to be making, but I really want to hear from you guys what you want to see. What kind of videos should I be making for you guys to keep coming back and hanging out with me on Sundays? If you guys have any suggestions, please leave comments down below. And if you see someone who's already commented something that you think could be exciting as well, give that a thumbs up so I can see how many people are actually interested in that topic. And if it's in alignment with me, I will most definitely make those videos. So that is pretty much all I wanted to say for now, and I am so excited for this next chapter of my life and everything that will happen. Even though 2020 has been such a crazy year, it's honestly been one of the best ones for me because I've spent this year actually doing the things that I wanted to do and listening to my intuition. Guys, when we actually decide to listen and we don't allow the fear to hold us back and we don't allow ourselves to feel scared and staying in our comfort zones, when we actually dare to move outside of our comfort zones and get comfortable being uncomfortable, that's when all the magic starts showing up, and that's when life just feels so freaking good. And I mean, this year, yes, it's been crazy, but oh my god, there has been blessings hidden in the craziness as well. So if you are wanting to stay in touch and if you are wanting to see all the videos coming up, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I promise you guys, I will do my best to be here every Sunday, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. And if you want to keep tabs on what I'm doing in my day-to-day life, or if you want more content, more in lines with empowerment, inspiration, entrepreneurship, all that good stuff, make sure that you go follow me on Instagram, because that is where I'm active on stories every single day. I answer DMs, I answer comments, and I'm also always posting really empowering and inspiring content, if I should say so myself. So go and have a look at that, and I will see you over there, or I'll see you next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am super stoked to be here with you guys. This is gonna be fun. Bye guys.